Yo, what's good, Cowboy Nation? This is JT Wolf here, representing 14 Rings NFC East Podcast, here to bring you another episode of Barbershop Talk with JT, yours truly. And I'm not here by myself. I'm here with my brother from another mother and chatting with Cheese. Cheese, how's it going, bro?
How you doing, Brody? I appreciate you for having me on the platform again, man. You know it's always a pleasure to come on and chop it up with my guy, man.
Always, for sure, for sure. Thanks again for joining and doing the collab. It mean a
Yes,
lot to
sir.
us, mean a lot to me as well. This time around, I know you were there for when we did our rundown of the top wide receiver list. So this time around, we're going to touch base on Dallas Cowboys free agents, the ones that you would like to keep, ones you want to let go. But
Gotcha.
before we start that, I'm curious, is there any free agents outside of our team that you would like to bring to the Cowboys?
So I actually was so crazy. I was talking to somebody the other day, and I looked up some of the upcoming free agents that will be available this year. And me and you both know everything for us is
Amen.
defensive side of the football. So,
100%.
um, I seen a couple. Two that really intrigued me, and that's because of the fact that we just got Parker, the passing game coordinator from the Eagles.
Christian
He's our
Parker.
new
Yeah.
Christian Parker. He's our new DC. So two names that intrigued me was N'Kobe Dean and Reed Blankenship from
Okay.
the Philadelphia Eagles. Those are two names. Everybody on the defense spoke highly on that Philly defense spoke highly of Christian Parker. So I think if you maybe can get N'Kobe Dean has had some injuries, in his history since he's been in the league. So he may not, Jerry and them don't come free agency. They like to bargain bin shop. So N'Kobe Dean is somebody who I think won't be too pricey. And
Mm-hmm.
also I could see a situation where I'm gonna keep it all the way 100, bro. Our safety play was terrible this year, so I really don't
It
want to
was a
see
train
neither.
wreck.
Yeah, so I really don't want to see neither one of those guys come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't think somebody like Blankenship, who was also in Philly, I think if you can maybe get him on a cheaper price, cheaper deal, that those are two names right there that would be intriguing to me.
Boy, oh boy, I'm glad you said something about that safety room. I actually have a top 10 list that I did. I'm going to give you some names and see if there are some that are
Hmm.
appealing. I do know that our back end was one of the worst,
Oh yeah,
and
yeah,
we flushed Flus. That was a campaign that I had going, Twitter, Cowboys Nation. We did our thing. We got this man out. I wish nothing but the best for him
yeah,
outside, but he had to go. Like, the
yeah,
recycle on coaches trying to resurrect their careers, that's got to go. And I think with what they're doing now with Christian Parker, it's looking shades of how Shoddy did with the offense. He's picking up qualified strangers to go
hmm,
along with Christian Parker. And one thing that I like is that these guys are younger, innovative. He wants a multi-visional. It's like he wants to fuse everything together to make this defense more than one dimensional.
yeah, and I
He wants to create a Bermuda Triangle with this defense.
yeah, and I just love for me. I just like it because me being a lifelong Cowboy fan,
Same.
you can just tell that this had Shoddy's prints all over it. Just the coaching process. Like I don't think I've ever seen us bring in this many coaches at one time, to interview for a job. I'm glad that they did that. I'm glad that they didn't decide to go with, because Jerry, we so used to it. It wouldn't have shocked nobody to see somebody like a Ron Rivera or a former head coach, a defensive minded head coach or something come in there. That's the Cowboys way of doing things. I'm just glad that they actually did their due diligence. You know what I'm saying? They actually went out there and had a search. And I'm gonna be honest with you, everything that I've heard about Christian Parker, he's an upcoming coach. I'm gonna be honest with you, the things that I've heard, it sounds like to me, if he do a good enough job, we might be looking for another defensive coordinator in the next couple of years. That'll be a good thing for us in hindsight because that means our defense will be flipped around. But all in all, though, everything I've heard, I've liked it. But with me, I'm just to the point now where I got to see the product now.
Amen. Absolutely. And I'll touch base on this and then we'll get things going with the free agents. I
Yeah.
like that Christian Parker is here. and I understand that. But I feel like this is Shotty's third option, where his first option would have been Brian Flores, but Jerry poured cold water on that.
Mm-hmm.
Now, my biggest thing is I'm getting heat from some Cowboys Nation people about saying we never was going to get Flores. He wasn't even in consideration. If you listen to your head coach on what he was looking for, all he did was talk about Brian Flores and
Right.
Durante Jones on what he could do on the defense side of the ball. He wanted the best. But Jerry
Mm-hmm.
put cold water on it. So he went for Durante. Durante got hit in the crossfire just because he was in alignment with Flores, which knocked him from the second option down to his third option.
Yeah.
Now, for Cowboys Nation, and my question to you, Cheese, is that do you feel like the front office is really respecting Shotty's vision? Some of it
Uh,
may seem like it, but I don't think it's fully there.
um, I think so. I think Jerry coming out and basically saying that they were gonna they were gonna search for a new defensive coordinator collectively. I honestly believe they gave Shai the keys and let him search for his own coach. I think his own defensive coordinator, because I believe Matt Eberflus was a Jerry Jones hire, even though
Oh,
he said
absolutely.
that Shoddy played a part in that. I think Christian Parker is a shoddy guy. Like, I think however it goes, Shoddy has hitched his wagon onto Christian Parker. So I think that I think they believe in Shoddy's vision a little. I think that they seen what Shoddy did with the offense this past season. I think that they see how much the players like Shoddy. I'm gonna be honest with you. I like Shoddy. If I'm being
Oh, me
real, I
too.
like him.
Me too. Yeah.
So I think I think Jerry, and this is hard. This is a hard thing for a lot of people to believe in. For me, I'm one of the most realistic Cowboy fans. Like, I call it straight what it is. I think we gonna start to see some differences in Jerry, because Jerry realizes that he's getting older, and you ain't gonna be around forever. And if you want the ultimate goal, which is that Super Bowl, you're gonna have to let somebody else take over, or call the shots or whatever. And I think he's kind of easing up a little bit. He's still gonna have his input on certain things of that nature, but I think they trusting in Shotty's vision, though. To make a long story short.
I agree with you on that. And for Jerry itself, like honestly, this is the quietest I've seen him right now, especially in the off season. Like I really didn't hear from him from the Senior Bowl. I don't even think he was
Mm-hmm.
there. But it's just if he's working behind the scenes, I want him to be able to execute and get some of these free agent contracts done.
Have to.
Have to. I think for him, in order for the fans to be able to trust in Jerry again, is allow the coaches to coach. Allow the
Absolutely.
environment that Shadi is building, allow that to grow. Allow that to expand. Like, no longer putting cold water on things that is hot going on with what Shadi is doing. Like,
Yeah.
I don't want Jerry to interfere. Practice is lit. Let practice be lit. Don't come in there and throw cold water on it with some Dolly Parton and whatnot in there like he did this past season. And then also creating physicality. I don't want no water being put on that. If let Shotty cook, let the coaches cook, everything will be great. You'll get the credit. You don't got to worry about being mad at the coaches getting credit. You're going to get the credit too. Now,
Yeah.
I want that from Jerry because I feel like he despises the environment of coaches getting credit. And that's pretty much been his whole motto since he took over for the Cowboys.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we had Jimmy Johnson. We could have had more than just 2 rings. Like, yeah, we got the third one under Switzer, and I'll give that credit to him. But we could have ran the 90s. But
Absolutely.
it was just the ego situation dealing with Jerry Jones and just his mindset. I just want him to be able to kick back, relax, sign the contracts, get the credit, allow the coaches to get the credit, and everybody can be happy, oh glory. But until that time, we still got a battle on our hands, just putting pressure on front office. With that being said, we're going to touch base on these free agents. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of what I did 2 weeks ago of
Okay.
this list and let me know what you think.
Gotcha.
First player, we make a trade for Minka Fitzpatrick, upgrading the safety room. The second, signing Jabril Peppers to a short deal, like a
Mm.
small deal, maybe a 1-2 year deal, just to create a new flavor, create versatility The next player I had put up there was Rico Dowdle. Pair him with Javonte Williams. Next, Devin Bush. Upgrade our linebacker room. You're going to see the linebackers who I want to let go. Greg Newsome. Upgrade the secondary. Tyler Algier. Running back. Tyreek Woolen. Quay Walker. Jeff Okudah, and Eric Stokes.
Uh, you know what's so crazy? When you asked me about the free agents, I wanted to say Quay Walker, but I think Quay Walker. I think they're going to try to keep Quay Walker in Green Bay, but I think he's going to be on the high end side. Now we just got to see how aggressive we here in Cowboy Nation. We know that they aggressive and Cowboys don't even go in the same sentence, but from everything that I've heard, it sounds like they plan on being aggressive. So I would love Quay Walker, and also it's
And
funny.
we signed the Georgia linebacker coach as well.
Exactly.
I think his name is Cheribe Odoribe. I might have
Yeah.
messed it up. I may touch base on this on our initial 14 Rings NFC East podcast, but bringing him in to this is they're creating something. Now, I don't know.
CJ CJ Allen, linebacker,
CJ
Georgia.
Allen is one that I'm looking at as well. And then if you add Nakobe Dean, we could have probably a full Georgia linebacker room, allegedly, if things occur. While pairing, like, I want to see what Maris has. I don't want to, like, throw him off the ship.
Yeah.
And Demo, he's got to stay healthy. So, honestly, if you're looking at your cornerstone at linebacker at the moment, you have Maris Leofau, Demo, and then Shamar James coming in his second year. And
Mhm.
then whatever linebacker you want to try to bring in, if you bring Dean in, somebody's going to get pushed to the side. Might be Shamar James. It could be Maris. But if you're looking at how you want to upgrade this linebacker room, that's going to be bringing him in, but also just seeing a different diverse of coaches. They're in a strength range on what they're looking for, and it's going to be multiple with this defense, not
Speaking
just
on
one thing.
the linebackers, if I had to choose, if they was to either add a linebacker via free agency or the draft, me personally, I would prefer, if we pushing somebody to the side, I would prefer it be Maris. I
You
seen
sure?
flashes. I seen flashes from Shamar James this past season. Even though the defense wasn't good, I seen now he does give me a bit of concern when it comes to coverage. But I think blitzing, I think being able to bring the hammer and stop the run. You know what I'm saying? I seen flashes from Shamar James to where I wouldn't want to shelve him. I think we kind of know what Maris is at this point. I mean, I still wouldn't mind getting him out there on the field, seeing what he can do. But I think if I had to put it on a scale, I think I would rather see more of Shamar James. Though there were some things this past season I seen that I kind of like.
Yeah, I could see that as well. It's just I really don't understand how Maris got put in the doghouse because what Zimmer saw in him, it looked like his IQ was there. It's just
Yeah,
I, after one season, it flipped. Like honestly, when Maris took over, when Demo got hurt, we weren't even thinking about Demo. Like Maris was doing what he needed to. Now
yeah.
I don't know if you would want to put him on special teams, but I don't want to let his style go because he could fit somewhere else.
Yeah, he's
Now,
physical. He's very
he's
physical.
physical. How would you feel if he were to play strong safety a bit? Because he
Maris.
did, yeah, because he did some of that at Notre Dame. Like they kind of moved him around.
I don't know. That's probably something they would have to experiment with in training camp. I don't
Experiment.
know. Yeah, I don't know how much I want to see. Because one thing I think with Maris, biggest, I think he's physical, he's a thumper, but I think the main problem with him is his instincts. Like, I think his instincts sometimes are a little all over the place. And I
Mm-hmm.
think he could find himself out of position a lot of the times. So I think that kind of was a big problem and is a big problem of why Maris can't see the field. Now, maybe with the new coaching staff coming in here, defensive coaching staff, they maybe could see some things that he's good at and he may have a shot, to get on the field or They may find what he maybe special teams may just be his thing, but it's always difficult when changing different schemes and bringing in different coordinators. Like we went from Zimmer to Eberflus. Zimmer and his coaching staff may have loved Maris,
Right.
whereas though Eberflus and them may have seen something where they didn't like it. So maybe this new defensive regime could see something and say, there's some things there that we can use. But I just think when it comes to him, I think he's a thumper. I think he brings the boom. He can make plays here and there. I just think the biggest issue with him is his instincts are not always there.
And that's fair. That's fair. Yeah, I appreciate this conversation about it because I really haven't had anybody I could talk to about the situation with why I couldn't see why Maris didn't get more tick out there on the field.
So let me ask you this real quick, and I'm not trying to get off subject. I know we got to get to the
Oh,
free
not a
agents, but
problem. Go
we
ahead.
talking Cowboys, so I get
Hey,
up.
man, I appreciate it.
Even though it's early, it is
Okay.
early. Off season hasn't really kicked off yet. We got a Super Bowl coming this Sunday.
Mm-hmm.
For the Cowboys, do you think we overlooking the left tackle position?
I think they're scrambling. I think they're trying to figure out how they could protect Dak's blind side because Tyron was pretty much that big name left tackle that Dallas have had for years, and he was the true testament of left tackle.
Mm-hmm.
Having Tyler Smith, I thought he was going to be the heir successor after Tyron, but he's too valuable at guard. I'm honestly
Absolutely.
don't want to. I don't want to move him. But if you're looking at Nate Thomas and Tyler Guyton, I'm to the point now that I don't want to use another draft pick on a top end left tackle, even though
Mm-hmm.
that I know that there's some guys out there. I'm talking some big, like physical guys, like talking 6'7", 6'8", close to 6'9". Like these guys are like dangerous when you
Mm-hmm.
can get them where you need to. But I feel like if we can have a solid line where you move Tyler Smith to left tackle. This is what I think. Move him to left tackle in situations until Guyton is healthy. Put Nate Thomas at left guard. Because if he gets his hands on you, it's over. Keep BB where he is. You got Tyler Booker. Keep him where he is. The right tackle situation is our biggest problem is that Terrence Steele is a phenomenal run blocker. He is terrible at pass blocking. Now, if we're going to be a true run team, then you got him. But if you're trying to be a passing team, you're going to be weak at the right tackle spot. So that one is up in the air where I feel like they got to give Terrence Steele a chance to show what he can do. And
Yeah,
maybe just, you don't think so?
I'm
Or
out on turnstile,
you
bro.
out on him?
Yeah, I'm out on. I ain't gonna lie
Okay.
to you. I think I I tried to give him a shot, when he was first, and he had some moments, but since his injury, and honestly, even after he got his contract, I just don't think he's been very good. I think you experimented with it. He gave you some moments, but I don't think he's your right tackle for the future. And honestly, I don't think Tyler Guyton is your left tackle for the future. Now, the
Would
way
you
that I
would you
the
move
way that
him to right?
Absolutely. I would
Okay.
think about moving Tyler Guyton to your moving Tyler Guyton to your right tackle position. I want to leave my all pro guard, where he's at. I get it that everybody loves the fact that he can go out there and give you meaningful snaps at left tackle, but I know for a fact he's a
He's a
he's a
guard.
good he's a good player at left tackle.
Right.
He's an all pro at
Guard.
left guard. You feel what I'm saying? So I want to leave.
I honestly don't want to move him. Like,
Yeah, I want to leave my left guard where he's at now. I'm 100% in agreement with you on. I'm tired of the offensive line draft. Like I'm
it's
tired
driving
of
me
it.
crazy
Yeah,
because
I'm
it's
tired of it. It
we need
drives
help
it
on
drives me
defense.
nuts. Shout out to Tyler Booker, but I almost threw my phone through the wall when they drafted him last year. Like because it's just I'm tired. But if they can go out there and find, and I'm not saying you have to find the best, but if they can maybe go in free agency and find a quality left tackle, somebody that can just, do the job,
Mm-hmm.
then I wouldn't be opposed to that. But I think
I,
that a lot of fans, I think we so stuck on the defensive side of the ball because it was terrible. That absolutely has to get fixed. But I think fans are not paying enough attention to that left tackle spot because it scared me all last year. And Nate Thomas went out there and he didn't look
he
very
almost
good
got
out
Dak
there.
killed in that Denver game, like
Yeah, so it's
not
like
paying attention.
and it's like, with Guyton, I seen flashes, but I would rather send him over to the right, and I think they got now. I don't want them to use a draft pick on it. If they can just find someone in free agency that's maybe that maybe can just be served. We just need somebody that can be serviceable at that spot. Then I think we may be cooking with something there. But
Yeah,
I'm as
uh,
far as the
whew,
whole turnstile experiment,
you're done with it.
I'm over
See,
that, bro. I'm
how you
over
feel
that.
about Johnny Cornelius?
Johnny Cornelius, we drafted him last year, right?
Mm-hmm.
From Oregon.
Yep, he played on the right for the most part.
Yeah, that wouldn't be bad if you maybe use him to replace Turnstile, but you saying that would be to keep Guyton over on the left side?
That I'm not sure. It's just it more than likely I will want us to go to free agency to do it, but
Mm-hmm.
the draft, like we have the guy from Miami, we have Malgoa, and then it was another guy out there as well.
You know what I think a mistake that they made, and maybe I think they should have hung on to Awesome Richards for a little bit longer, bro.
Man, who you telling? Who are you telling? Like, look, when we let him walk, I was just like, no, no.
Yeah,
But it's just if we're gonna go ahead and pull the trigger on getting another tackle, I honestly would think we should get our running back before our tackle.
that's not a bad idea.
So I really like the running back room in this draft. And when draft talk, I definitely would like to invite you back on
Oh,
for us to
absolutely.
touch base on the draft stuff. But yeah, running back, get Shoddy his running back. That's all I'm talking about.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
we're gonna go ahead and get through this free agents list. It's gonna be quick. I'm just gonna run down the names and pretty much the top ones. Is gonna be the ones that will touch base first, and then around the list will be we're gonna do the ones that we keep, and then we'll do the ones that let walk.
I got you.
So, all right. So how I line this now that the Pro Bowl happened, and did you get a chance to see what happened at the Pro Bowl before the game?
What happened? It's so crazy because I watched a little bit of it at the beginning, but it was on the day that I record. I record my episodes on Tuesday, so as I was recording, it was going on. So by the time I finished recording and put everything up and went in the room, I think they were just about going into the second half.
Okay, this is before like the game. This is when they were doing like the skills challenge and stuff. So
Mm-hmm.
Packers number one is trying to recruit Cowboys number three.
Oh, I heard that. Yeah,
Oh, you heard
yeah,
that?
yeah.
Yeah,
That's
my
been a
boy
big story the
CD,
last couple of days.
my boy CD matured. I'm proud of that man. Proud of that man. Keep Pickens isn't going anywhere. He's top on the list of keeps. So for him, I can see him around a 4 year deal, maybe around 28, close to 30 mil. For him, I got him on the top of my keeps because you don't want to break up the brotherly bond with him and CD and Dak as well. Because when CD went down, Pickens was the next guy up. And having both number one receivers is going to be key for Dallas. I don't want to go back. I don't want to go back. We need
Neither.
to keep. We need to
But
keep Pickens.
real quick, and I don't want to prolong this, but real quick, I heard your numbers, right? And you said 20. You think Pickens only getting 28 to 30 million?
I think he'll get a little more than CD,
Yeah, I'm thinking. I'm
and I'm
thinking.
cool with that.
I'm CD was 34. I
Mm-hmm.
could easily see Pickens going 35, 30
36.
maybe. I don't know 35. 35. They may try to push for 36, but I definitely believe that they'll come in demanding more than CD, because I mean George Pickens was phenomenal, but I agree with you as well. Regardless of what the numbers is, I think Jerry. It's just no way I could see a scenario where Jerry just let Micah just traded Micah this past off season, and then he turns around and I think I think the Pickens deal happened now. I don't know if it happens due to him being franchise. I believe if they can't come to a deal, he will get franchise tag, and then
Mm,
they maybe will try to work out a deal until that franchise tag deadline or whatever.
that I don't like the franchise tag.
I don't like it either, but we know how Jerry like to do things, and then hopefully he's learned from this, and they can just get it over with quick, so we don't have to get to that point. But the good thing is that they do have a franchise tag in their back pocket if things are not maybe going how because at the end of the day we know how it go. Deadlines make deals.
Amen.
So, hopefully the good thing is they have the franchise tag in their back pocket, but everything I'm hearing, Doc's talking about he'll get involved if things, start to get a little crazy.
Yeah,
CD coming out saying that he doesn't mind if Pickens makes more than him. Pickens have stated multiple times that he would love to stay in Dallas. So I think a deal gets done. I think a deal gets done ultimately.
that's why I got him number one in my keeps. The next one is Jadeveon Clowney.
Absolutely.
He was by far the best defensive player on the field towards the end of the season. I like the energy that he brings. He brings veteranship. He's probably the next uncle to Dak on the team because our
Yeah.
team is young. Where even Dak said he wanted Clowney back. So hopefully they're able to bring him back because I think he'll be a key piece to this team
As a
moving
depth
forward
piece though.
as a depth piece.
Yeah, depth
Like
piece for sure.
if we I'm hoping we move to a 3-4, but I want it to be like multiple. But
Hmm.
if 3-4 is going to be the base, I'm already licking my chops because so much you can do there. We would need guys who can play the 3-4 spot on defense.
Yeah,
Now, when I played football, 3-4 was my favorite alignment because I could stand up or I could put my hands down and rush the passer or drop in coverage. They had me doing a lot more just moving around, and I just love just to run freely. And I think
okay.
if depending on what they decide to do there, I just want our defense to be able to run freely, see the person, get the ball, make them pay.
Kind of like how Dan Quinn had things going when he was here.
Kind of, but we'll be more under more physical
More disciplined.
discipline. Man,
Yeah.
amen, amen. All right, so the next person on our list we have Javonte Williams.
I was about to say, bro, hey, listen, I was about to get on you, bro. I was waiting. Look,
I
I'm
was
like,
getting
hold
there.
on.
It was
I'm
up
like,
there.
hold on. We
Top
two, we
three.
two, we two names down. I said, hold on. All right, though, you got me. You got
Yeah, I
me.
got you. For sure. When I've said that we needed to try to bring Rico back, he brought the physicality there. He called his shot against us. He told us to
Hmm.
buckle up. We didn't buckle up. Now, I would love to pair that with Javonte Williams with his physical presence. Having two backs with physicality, that's what Shotty needs. I
Yeah,
just and Shotty raved about Rico going into last season, but Dallas didn't sign Rico. So I'm hearing that Rico said he will be okay coming back to Dallas. I'd be fine with that. But
absolutely.
I need it in a package deal. I need a RB1 duo. Like I need Rico and Javante. Like I don't
Kind of
want to
like
have just Rico
kind
and
of
not
like what we
Javante.
just seen in Carolina, where they had Chuba Hubbard and also Rico Dowdle. You need a pair like that, kind of like that 1-2 punch. I would love it. When I seen that quote, I said, "Hey, make it happen. If it's for a reasonable deal, a reasonable price, I would absolutely love having Rico back."
Yeah, like there was like no bad blood with Rico and me. And hopefully Cowboys Nation understood like, look, he made a move. He wanted more of an opportunity. And if that's bringing coming back to Dallas, no doubt in my mind, Shotty's going to utilize these running backs to the best of their abilities. We just need two strong, dependable running backs. I'm not sold on Jadon Blue. I'm not even sold on Phil Maffa. They still have to learn. But I guarantee we're not. Well, I'll get to that in the let walk. But next player, Brandon Aubrey.
Absolutely.
Like,
Absolutely.
put him on a 4-year deal, making around. I think Buckner has the. I think he has the highest contract. I think
Yeah.
around maybe 6 or so. You could probably match that with Aubrey's like results. Like he's an automatic scorer
I'm
just
gonna be
with.
honest with you, bro. It shouldn't even be like a thought in their mind. Even if and people may call me crazy when this get posted or whatever. Even if Brandon Aubrey come in there saying he want $8 to $10 million, bro, I'm willing to make it happen.
Oh
This
yeah.
man, this man, literally anything from the logo on the field, midfield, pushing for, he could literally nail anything from there, bro. Like it's not even a question that how many bad spots he got the Cowboys out this past season. Like just think about it. We possibly could have lost to the Giants week 2 if it wasn't for
Mhm.
Brandon Aubrey. You know, just like games like that where he got us out of some crazy predicaments, bro. He's the best kicker in football by far. And honestly, we could be watching like a legend. Like we could be literally watching somebody who possibly can get up there and greatest kicker of all time talks in the near future. So if I'm the Cowboys, it's a no brainer. Whatever he wants, I'm giving him a blank check. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Okay, that's my top 4 with the keeps. Now everyone else it could be expendable. I'm just gonna say the name and just kind of run through. So next, Sam Williams. I got one of the safeties in Wanye Thomas.
Mm-hmm.
I have Brock Hoffman, Dante Fowler, Solomon Thomas, Perion Winfrey, Reddy Stewart, and Malik Davis. Those are the guys I have on my keeps. I'm teetering around Marquise Bell because I feel like their direction on what they were trying to do.
So the names you just listed off was keeps.
These were keeps. I'm teetering
Okay.
probably Marquise Bell on the let walk
I like
situation.
Solomon Thomas. Uh you wanted to keep Dante Fowler?
I I did. I feel like he had a bad hand in this one because assuming what he was thinking, I don't think he was thinking to start because when we had Micah,
Ah,
like
that makes sense. That makes
we
sense.
didn't
That makes sense.
like we were just scrambling at that point, and I feel that
That
Dante
makes
Fowler
sense.
couldn't get his legs going where it needed to go. Now, a situation is with our linebacker coach now, if we decide to go with who we think we're gonna go with, having him down as a rusher under a 3-4, he would be a rotational piece. Now, we already have Ezraku that pretty much he might be standing up, he might have his hands down. But if you're looking at what Fowler can do, that's another veteran presence with Clowney. It's for how I see it, I think now with the full off season where now he knows Micah's not here, I feel like our whole defensive line room was scrambling because when Micah got traded, they didn't have anybody to hide behind. So this was like a true test on what we had.
Yeah.
Could not hit home. Could not get home. So I would say give Dante Fowler another chance. Same with Sam Williams. He's coming off an ACL
I I
tear.
I would give, if I had to pick between the two, I'm gonna be real. Um if it was up to me, I probably wouldn't give neither. But you
Oh,
do
okay.
make a solid point with Dante Fowler. I think that maybe under a new system, if the price is right, maybe if
And
somebody's
that's
willing
with the
to, if
pricing.
somebody's yeah, if somebody's willing to give him more than that and he's willing to just go, I'm absolutely fine with letting him walk. Sam Williams, me knowing the Cowboys the way I know the Cowboys, when they draft players, they like to keep them. I think they
He was a
probably would.
second too.
I believe that they, if Sam is willing to come back on a cheap deal, maybe like a 1 year or something, I could see a scenario. I could see a scenario where they bring Sam back. Sam was not good last year though, but this past season, I keep saying last year. Well, technically it was, but Sam wasn't good, but I could see a scenario where if they're debating between the two, I could see a scenario where Sam is back before Dante. Honestly, I could
No,
see
that's
it.
fair.
But as a rotational piece, I don't think Sam would be one of those guys that they would want to bring back to be their starter.
Yeah, it really sounds like from you, Cheese, and I'm kind of getting the same vibes, is that you feel like some of these guys has been here. It might need a clean overhaul
Yeah,
where the room itself, like we keep using used tires,
yeah,
and it's time to fully invest in some fully new tires.
yeah. Like as far as this, I heard you speak on the safety position. Like, don't get me wrong. First of all, this is just me personally. I believe that I believe that that I believe that Donovan Wilson was used wrong this year. I believe that they had Donovan Wilson playing too much coverage. I believe Donovan Wilson is a in the box safety slash linebacker. I think he's best used at the way Dan Quinn tried to use him when he was here. Nevertheless, though, I
Man,
think
that
that it's
that
time for
zone, that
yeah,
zone.
I think it's time for Donovan Wilson to go. I think you need a whole new safety group. I appreciate what Malik Hooker has done for us. I know he had a whole bunch of injuries, and he kind of resurrected his career in Dallas. But I think it's time for Malik Hooker to them to move on. I just think it's time for a complete overhaul in the safety. I haven't seen elite safety play in Dallas probably since, I would honestly say, like Roy Williams. Like, I haven't seen elite safety play, and I like what the guy. I'm just tired of, like you said, the getting the used ties. Go get us some dogs, man. Go, if Caleb Downs becomes available. Go get us
Mm.
some dogs, man. And this is why I'm so happy that the defensive coordinator that they did bring in is a pass game coordinator, because now it gives me hope that they will be ready to address the secondary. But I don't want to be too long winded. But
Oh
I
nah, man, we're vibing, we're
yeah,
cooking, we're
I
just
just said
spitballing
that.
on what needs to go. I just got notification real quick that Dallas will be playing in Rio for a game.
That's good. That's what's up. That's what's
Yes,
up.
yes.
That's what's, so that sound like one of them 9:30 joints in the morning.
Man, I haven't seen one of those. I missed the one when we were in London when we played Jacksonville. It was a couple years
Yeah, that
ago.
was some years ago. That was
That was
Dez Bryant went off in that game.
think that was 2014. 2014, I
Yeah,
think it was.
yeah,
But yeah, kudos. We'll be playing the game in Rio. But I'm glad you brought up the safeties that we need a complete overhaul, because right on the top of my list with two linebackers, I have Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson walking. It's
yeah,
it's time. It's
yeah.
You need to put respect on the safety room, Dallas Cowboys. You need to upgrade it. You need to look at what helped you get 3 rings in the 90s, because the safety play in that one, that's what you do. Like James Washington, we had Thomas Everett there, we had Darren Woodson, and honestly, Brock Marion as well. Like we had
Yeah.
versatile safeties that had speed and physicality. Now, I think James Washington was a free agent around that time when Dallas picked him up. So it looks like maybe, just maybe, we might need to dip in the free agency or get Minka Fitzpatrick, because with our new coaches, Derek Ansley, he pretty much coached Minka back when he was a assistant coach with Saban at Alabama. And then you bring in Ryan Smith from Arizona, who led the secondary and given the fewest touchdowns back the year before. The guy knows his stuff, but Christian Parker as well. Being able to pair all these minds together will definitely shore up what we need to do. Where I could see our whole
Yeah, I
secondary is an
wanted
overhaul.
I actually wanted Fitzpatrick at the trade deadline. I thought that they was
Yeah, they were
gonna.
they were trying they
Yeah,
were
I
trying
thought that
to.
they was gonna go Quentin Williams and then turn around. Oh man, I would have loved that, but I definitely wouldn't mind. I definitely wouldn't mind. This is the hope. This is the thing. I think that the Cowboys have put themselves in a position of where I think they have to be aggressive this free agency. Like
I think they will. I believe
I
they
don't think
will.
they have any other options because you don't have a second round pick this year. You don't have a third round
Third,
pick this year.
that was for
So you
Quinnen
gotta hit.
and Pickens.
You cannot think you're gonna go into the draft and depend on two rookies to come in and change the whole dynamic of your defense. The Cowboys have put themselves in a position where this free agency cycle they have to be aggressive. They have to go get guys. So I would love Minka Fitzpatrick. I spoke on Blankenship, who's going to be a free agent up in Philly. You also have Kobe Bryant, the safety over there in Seattle,
Cam
who's going to be
Curl.
Cam Curl. The cow you got to be aggressive in free agency, man. If you want to change this around. Now, speaking on secondary, and I wanted to ask you this question: how do you feel about Siobhan Revel after his first season? I had a conversation with somebody the other day, and I've been seeing lately a lot of people kind of been throwing him to the wolves, but I want to give him a fair opportunity. I mean, he was coming off of an ACL. You know, the system and having to learn the system on the fly. Kind of
Mhm.
got thrown into the fire late in the season. I think with a fully healthy off season, him being able to get a full training camp under his belt, I think we could see some good things from Siobhan Revel.
Yeah, yeah, I agree as well. Honestly, I really didn't want him going out there with that RoboCop knee brace because for him coming off of an injury like he had, he needs time to heal. Now, my question for you, Cheese, real quick, is how do you feel about the Diggs situation? Do you feel like they did him wrong going after him, or do you feel like they could have found a common ground in the middle?
No, I didn't think. I think it was. Oh, I think the writing was on the wall.
Okay,
I think Diggs showed you after the Micah trade that he no longer wanted to be
he
there.
checked out.
Yeah, I think he mentally checked out, and I think that they were just trying to prolong the situation. But when you have him out on injuries, and then the mysterious thing happens where he's not playing, can't nobody figure out what's going on. I just think that he mentally checked out, and I just think he wanted to be gone. And I honestly think Dallas wanted him gone. I think just this whole situation that happened at Christmas, I think that kind of just
That was the writing
kind
on
of
the
just was
wall.
the writing on the wall that we just gonna go ahead and part ways. And I mean, from the looks of it, the Cowboys ain't do nothing wrong because Green Bay got rid of him once their season
Right
ended.
off.
So
Yep.
I think Trayvon Diggs, though, man, one thing I can say, bro, those ACL injuries and things like that, they not easy to come back from, especially playing the cornerback position. And if you're not taking your rehab process and stuff like that serious, it's gonna show out there. So I don't think the Cowboys made the wrong decision at all.
Yeah, I'm tired. I'm tired of these ACL boys, man. Like
Yeah.
we need guys in here that can stay healthy, that can play.
And please,
And
for the love of God, I'm sorry to cut you off, bro. I'm
oh,
gonna let
oh
you
no, no,
go.
no, no, you
For
good,
the
bro.
love of God, do not draft any players coming off of any type of injury. Please. I'm
Man,
tired.
like,
I'm so over that. Like I'm seeing people talk about,
oh boy,
and this is no shot. This is no shot at the corner coming from Tennessee. I think his last name is McCoy.
McCoy, Jamon McCoy.
No, Uh,
I feel the same thing.
yeah,
I feel the
ACL
same thing.
injury. No, I'm
No
sorry.
more
I'm
ACL
over that.
boys. Mm-mm,
Let
no,
Siobhan Rebel be the last player that we take coming off of any type of major injury. I'm over that. We can let that go. Let
let it
that
go,
go.
let it go. Yeah, one thing I'll say with Revel, I think him just getting his feet wet a bit. I just didn't like that he had that knee brace on. I'm
Yeah,
I'm I'm questioning the coaches and the trainers on why you let this man out there with a knee brace on, knowing that you gotta like bend your knees, you gotta be twitchy and stuff. Like as soon as I saw him flop on one of those from his brace, I was just like, get him off the field. Like
yeah,
I don't want to risk what potential he has in there. And this guy, like, honestly, if he pans out the way that I think he will, we got another steal with this guy.
Yeah,
And I just want him to heal up. I Dallas, let this brother heal.
yeah. I think every
But draft a corner who's healthy. There's a guy in mind for that, and that's Mansour Delane from LSU.
yes.
He's number one. He's number one. But we'll see how the draft fall because I'm questioning if we should bump those picks and go get a guy from Las Vegas.
Oh, you know that. Listen, you know that question was coming for you. I was just gonna wait till we got through the free agents.
Look.
I was gonna wait till we got through with
Can you give me two players that could form him?
I'm not gonna lie to you, bro. I've been seeing it all around. If I'm them, if that number 20 pick would get me that, I'm sending it. I'm sending it.
But I'm hearing that he had more than 20 teams calling for his service.
Oh yeah,
Now, it was more than Micah. So
he's gonna be.
depending what they want, it might be two first. Would you be
Nah, I
okay
can't do
moving it?
that. Nah, I
You
can't do
can't.
two. I can give you one. I would be willing. I would be willing to let go pick number 20.
You
If
know
I can
what?
give you if I can give you pick number 20 and maybe some future picks, then I'm fine with that. But I can't give you two first
Look,
round
I'll
picks.
give them a first and a player. I'll give them 20 and Osa.
Ah,
You want to keep
mm.
Osa?
Osa. When Quentin Williams got to town, Osa did start to look better because I was real down on Osa before the addition of Quentin. Uh,
Do you think Toya takes a step?
Possibly. I'm gonna be honest, bro. It may be a chance he might not see the field too much because if you got Big Quentin, you got Osa. I
You got
believe they,
Kenny
I believe yeah, they're gonna do something with Kenny, so he should be back. Then you also have Solly.
and
It's going.
Perion Winfrey.
Perryon Winfrey.
We ain't
It
see
might
him.
yeah,
So
it may be tough for Tor to see the field, but hopefully he can make some noise in the preseason, the training camp, and get and get it and work out there. But I think it's gonna be pretty tough. But speaking on the Max
uh
Crosby,
yeah.
I'm willing to send if pick because I don't see too many teams because he's older. I don't see
Yeah, I
too
think he's
many.
around like maybe 28.
Yeah, I don't see
Yeah.
many teams willing to give up two first round picks. I don't really even see many teams willing to give up a first. So if I'm the Cowboys and I maybe can give up my number 20 pick and maybe a 2027, maybe third round or something like that, I'm pulling the trigger because I don't believe there's not a single person in this draft you could take that's going to be better than Max Crosby.
I agree wholeheartedly, man, cuz I'm doing the draft profiles for some of these prospects and the more and more I'm looking at the situation where Dallas at 12, I'm just like we might not get the guy who I think we're going to get. I'm just to the point send it over to Crosby. Like did you real quick and then I'll finish up the let walk in free agency. Did you get a chance to look at the all 22 with Max Crosby?
No, I didn't get a chance to look at it. No.
Bro, when I tell you, if you look at it, it's a masterclass on just what he can do.
Oh, he's a
And
game wrecker.
he dude is a gangster. Like I'm to the point now, we need that. We need that.
Bro,
And
I just
we were top oh, my bad, go ahead.
no. Go ahead. Go ahead. Rock out. Rock out.
Oh, I was just saying that when we had Micah, we were at the top of our game, especially in the EPA with our pass rushing. When
Mm-hmm.
we didn't have Micah, we was dead last, bro. Like if we can acquire Max Crosby, that would shore up what we were missing from Micah. And could you imagine that with Ezaraku, and then you have Clowney, and then you plug in whoever you want from there, and including free agency?
This is what I'm saying.
We
Could
would
you
have
ima-
one of the dominant fronts.
could you imagine Big Quinnan in the middle of that defense wreaking havoc because he gonna demand a double team.
You're
Big
gonna have to
Qu-
pick your poison.
Big Quinnan in the middle wreaking havoc with Crosby on the outside, 1-on-1. That's what I'm. That
Look, if we solidify the front, I think I can be cool with the average secondary.
absolutely,
I
absolutely.
I would be cool with that. Like
That's why. That's
if
why I
we
said
had something to that from last season, and we had Crosby and to be able to show that, do you think we would still be playing in the postseason?
absolute. That's what I'm saying, bro. If you pick up the phone and the Raiders tell you we would give us the number 20, give us the number 20th pick, and you know what I'm saying, give us the number 20th pick and a 2027 maybe. Bro, it's no ifs ands or
It's
buts,
a no brainer. It's a no brainer.
because one, he's on a reasonable contract as well too.
Right.
But it for me, it would be a no brainer because I know for a fact there's not going to be a single pass rusher or player that you can draft that's going to come in day one and be better than a Max Crosby. There's not one. So if I'm them, that number 20, that if the number 20 pick is what it will take, I'm willing to send it over.
Send it over.
Yeah.
Okay. We spoke on the Cowboys Nation. What do y'all think about Max Crosby? Let us know in the comments section. We're gonna get back into this free agents list.
Mm-hmm.
The keeps, solid. I'll take that. The walks, I think, is solid as well because it will be a changing of just what we do moving forward. I have Jack Sanborn.
Mm-hmm.
Bye bye. Kenneth Murray. Bye bye. I have Malik Hooker and Donovan Wilson. Goodbye. The other player, Jalen Tolbert,
Yes.
Peyton Turner, CJ Goodwin, and Trequezie Bridges.
That's not bad. I agree with you wholeheartedly on Kenneth Walker. His bag should have been packed.
Oh, Kenneth Murray?
Yeah, I said Kenneth. I'm sorry, Kenneth Murray. His bag should have been packed. I'm talking about the minute this. I'm talking about like once the clock on the last game hit trip. His bag. They shouldn't even. They should have been like, bro, just go ahead and stay in New York. We gonna go ahead
Man,
and
they should have kept Eberflus, Andre Curtis, Devin Overstreet, all of them. They should have just stayed in New York because just the I can't tell you how much this season I just constantly talked about this defense on being horrible and
historically
just
bad.
called the worst. Like I wanted to apologize to Mike Nolan because this was worse. This was worse than that 2020 season, and we at least tried to be aggressive on bringing veterans in.
Yeah,
And that just fell flat on your face. But
that was the Dontari Poe and that
Terry
season.
Poe,
Yeah,
Everson Griffin,
yeah.
Clinton Dix,
Mm-hmm.
like they at least tried. But this time around, I think with us and Cowboys Nation just being able to just have the outcry on like we need to get this dude out of here, and we need a change. And if that means bringing in guys, qualified strangers to be able to shore that and get the correct guys in here, because going into wants for outside free agents, I wanted dogs. I wanted dudes. And no more of this like relying. I think we may be relying too much on youth while still having a little bit of youth, but we need to start dancing in free agency more than what we're doing, but
Absolutely.
getting the legit guys to shore up this team. Because if we bring dogs and we bring dudes in this defense, I with the coaches and they're still hiring coaches. They're so close. They are so close to finishing up this defensive staff, and I'm liking it. How would you feel if we brought in Zach Orr?
Love it. Love it.
Okay,
I
okay, that
I seen a report about Zach Orr. I would love it. I think a lot of people kind of looking at that Ravens defense last year, but I think that a lot of people didn't really pay. They dealt with injuries for the most part of the season, but I would love Zach Orr to come in and be a linebackers coach for us. If you looked at Roquan Smith's numbers and the way he looked under Zach Orr as the linebackers coach, I mean, I think Zach Orr can definitely come in there and bring in a certain type of philosophy. I would
mm-hmm.
love it. Now, the let me ask you a question because I know
Oh yeah,
you
of
you be
course.
on your stuff too. The guy that we brought in from Georgia, he's not the
He's
linebackers
the
coach.
outside linebacker coach.
He's the outside.
Yes.
So
So now my question is, why do we need an outside linebacker coach? And we ain't even get the linebacker coach yet.
yeah, that
So
was my question. When
something is cooking.
Yeah,
And
when I seen the Georgia hire, I assumed that that was the linebackers coach. But you're saying that there's a chance Zach Orr could still be hired.
right now, I know that um, you probably know this, but there's been a tug of war with the coaches. There's been a tug of war with the players. Now, the situation is, I'm curious on who front office has as their linebacker coach that they want to bring in. Shoddy is orchestrating this, and if we're able to nail everything and what we need to do on the defense side of the ball, I hope it's Zach Orr. Because if you're saying on what you were saying that we may have Christian Parker there for maybe 2 years or so, he may do bigger, better things. We need to have someone that's an heir successor behind him
Absolutely,
to be able to keep a philosophy going on where we don't have to change philosophy after he's gone.
absolutely.
And that's what I'm saying with these young guys pairing up, these qualified strangers being able to work together, where who knows, we might be able to keep a philosophy even after a guy's gone, just to kind of build a consistency. Because I feel like we've done that on offense. We need to show appreciation on the defense, being able to create a philosophy for them to be able to stand on. So if you do change out a piece, you can just plug and play in the guy who fits the system.
And I like that
And
you said that because I don't know how much you watch, but I watch a lot of Cowboys content. And Brian Broadus said the
shout
same
out to
thing.
Brian Broaddus and Vach,
Yeah, shout
Proud
out to
Global
Brian
Media.
Brothers, Vach, Jeff Kavanaugh, all them. I check out all them
Oh yeah,
boys, man. All them
DLLS.
guys,
Yep.
man. So, but Brian Broadus, I watch him a lot. He said the same thing. He said, he's kind of tired of going through the coaching carousel as far as
Tired
defensive
of recycled
coordinators. Yeah.
coaches.
So he was saying that if Christian Parker is everything that we believe he's gonna be, you need to have an heir successor behind him to where if he
Mm-hmm.
does maybe a year or two from now go get himself a head coaching job, you can just move somebody up and keep those same things intact. So I'm glad you just spoke on that. That's
Yeah,
definitely
just
a huge point.
yeah, I appreciate it. It's just I want this defense to have foundational pieces. Now, Christian Parker, if he hits home run higher, I just don't want it to be for 2, maybe 3 years.
Hmm.
I'm talking like build on it. He's still young. Like honestly, I'm older than him by a year now because my birthday was yesterday.
Oh
So
man,
it's
happy belated birthday, Brody.
thank you, and
Happy
thank you
belated
for
birthday,
those who
man.
wish me a happy birthday as well. I appreciate you all. Christian Parker, he's still a youngster, so he's got a lot to learn. Now
34
he's
years
definitely a hot
old.
commodity. Like he's 34. Like he still got some moons to go. So it's like stick around as a coordinator, defensive coordinator,
Hmm.
and then when you feel like that time is right to go ahead and take that next step, sky's the limit with you. But
Yeah.
I don't want it to just be 2 years and then okay, we're shuffling, trying to get things to try to pick up what Parker left. But bringing in Zach Orr, he's had experience as a defensive coordinator. 2024, not bad. He had this team somewhere around the top 10.
Yeah.
It was manageable. Last year, injuries. You can't fault him
Injuries.
for that. The injuries got him. This time around, if you bring that here with Parker, then if Parker's getting the rave and stuff, and then 2, 3 years later, he's a head coach, you have Orr here who's been around being able to learn and grow. He steps in as the next defensive coordinator. And honestly, that's Shotty's guy too. Now, the only thing is, with how much rope they're giving Shotty, he doesn't have the full rope yet. But for right now, he's orchestrating something very good. And I'm interested to see what the personnel is going to be, especially with the defense as a whole.
So let
But,
me
oh, go ahead.
real quick. Let me ask you this. And just to get back real quick.
Oh, of course.
Get back to on the defensive side. It's still gonna be speaking on the defensive side. Let me ask you a question. How you feeling about Deron Bland coming off? He's gonna be coming off of another foot surgery. How you feeling about Deron Bland? I don't think Deron Bland had a very good season. this past season after getting paid. How you feeling about him?
I'm starting to believe now that we might have made a mistake paying him,
Yeah.
especially on a down year, especially with his injuries. And the same with Jake Ferguson too. Like I'm to the point now that I'm tired of playing these paint. I'm tired of paying these hurt guys on a down year, thinking that they're gonna be what they were before they got hurt. It's hurting what you could. Oh, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Real quick. I don't know about Jake, man. I think Jake had a pretty good season this past season. Maybe that's just me. Now, one thing I do notice, he ain't getting you no yards after catch. I know that. But
Ugh, that drove me
and
crazy.
and I'm gonna
Do
tell
we
you,
keep Schoon?
and I'm gonna tell you, no, I like
No,
Spanford. I like Spanford a lot
my
better.
man, my man.
But with Jake, I'm gonna tell you where he really made me upset. In that Detroit game where he tried to get those extra
Extra
yards
yards and
and got the
fumble.
ball punched out. But other than that, other than those couple of he will make some bonehead plays every now and again. But for the most part, I kind of like what I seen from. I think Jake Ferguson had himself a bounce back year this past year. I think him and Doc has that connection. So I wouldn't quite put Jake in that
I'll give
same.
him great. I'll give him a little bit of grace. I'll
Yeah,
give him a little bit
I
of
wouldn't
grace.
quite put Jake in that same boat as Deron Bland, but I think Deron
Oh,
Bland.
Bland, I don't think we should have paid him, especially on a down year for
Yeah,
him being
yeah,
hurt.
it was bad.
After I saw him look like a cartoon in the Monday night game in Arizona and saw Gibbs just shut both his ankles down
Yeah,
on,
yeah,
I was just at that point get him off my
yeah.
field.
It was bad.
I
It was bad.
I don't want it no more. Like, I'm done. I just don't want them. I don't want him to be a focal point for this next regime. I want Revel to be the cornerstone,
Yeah,
but you got to get guys in here to pair with him. Now, I think he's going to be a lot better now that Christian Parker's here. Deron Bland's coming off injury, so he's still going to be healing. I just don't want them to rush him back. I want him to take his time, heal both of his feet, because it was just. I can't defend Bland. Like I would want
yeah,
to. Like, just if you know you're not I don't even I can't defend him. Like I just
yeah. I agree with you
they shouldn't have
100%.
paid him as I think it was team friendly what they paid him,
Mm-hmm.
but I didn't want them to put so much under Bland
Do you think he
where
needs to play in the slot?
he should have never left the slot.
Yeah, he does. The crazy thing is,
He
he didn't
never
want to
should have
play
left
the
the
slot,
slot.
but I think he was
That was
forced
his
with all that.
best spot.
Yeah, I think he was forced with all the injuries
Mm-hmm.
to play on the outside. But I agree with you
Yeah,
wholeheartedly.
that Seahawks game
I think
showed
the
everything I needed to
cornerstone.
see from
Yeah,
that.
I think the cornerstone needs to be. I think the cornerstone needs to be Revel. I think
Mm-hmm.
Revel. You get Revel healthy, fully healthy. He now has a whole off season. He has a whole mini camp and training camp. He should come in with no restrictions. I think uh I think Revel needs to be the cornerstone, and also I don't know however the draft falls, if it is Delane, Mansour Delane, or however it goes, but you need to get somebody to pair with Revel and let those be your outside corners. I definitely think Deron Bland needs to go back to the slot when he is ready to play.
Roger that. Yep. And I'll say this because we're kind of over an hour,
I
but
got you. Hey man,
I love the talk.
this
Like
how
I
I
love
get.
talking
I
ball
already
with this
know.
man for sure. One thing I want to touch base on this real quick before we conclude is that this list it may change because it's early, but I'm already to the point now that the main focal point of this list of players to keep is George Pickens,
Mm-hmm.
Jadavion Clowney,
Mm-hmm.
Javonte Williams, and Brandon Aubrey.
Yes.
Those are the four players that we need to keep. Everyone else, we'll have to see how the production goes, especially on the money value for these players. I'm seeing upgrades on what this team can be, Cowboys Nation. Let me know what you think as well. But what's your closing remarks, Cheese?
Uh Closing remarks, man. I like the list. I agree with you on all the keeps. I also think that for the most part we agree on the guys that should walk. I agree
Mm-hmm.
with you on that. I do think, real quick, I want to add, I think Malik Davis should be in contention for one of those keeps. I like what I seen from him this
Yeah, I had
past
him on the
season.
keeps as well.
Yeah,
Yep,
this
he
past
earned it.
season, I like what I seen from him. I think he had some plays in there. So Malik Davis is somebody that I would like to see back. I
Okay.
also would like to see Josh Butler. We didn't get to see him last year. He was coming off of an ACL. He looked good before he ended up getting injured. I wouldn't mind seeing how he does, but other than that, bro, I agree wholeheartedly, man. Just make sure I'm back when it's time to talk draft. You know what I'm saying?
You
We
already know,
gotta get
dog.
that
You
in.
already know. I'm doing kind of some solo episodes for the draft prospects, which
hmm
are not bad at all. I will have more prospects as well coming up,
Yeah.
Cowboys Nation. So definitely stay tuned for those. But with that being said, we're gonna conclude this episode. And again, shout out to Chatting with Cheese. Cheese, thank you so much for joining Barbershop Talk with JT.
Absolutely, bro. You know, anytime, man, you reach out, I got you, bro. We'll make it happen.
Absolutely appreciate everything that you do. And if you guys are like what Cheese has been doing, check out his channel, Chatting with Cheese. You can check him out on his media pages on Instagram, TikTok, and you're on YouTube as well.
Yep, I'm on YouTube, and that's Cheese with a Z. So it's ChattingWithCheeze. Chatting with
Yep.
Cheese. Yep.
All right. Most definitely. Yeah. Shout out to Cheese and yeah, definitely like and subscribe. He's done great work. I'm really proud of him on what he's being able to execute. Learns a lot about sports. He talks about a lot of sports, and he's just out there grinding. So
Yes,
salute to
sir.
you, brother.
I appreciate you, brother. You too, man.
Appreciate it. And if you like what you saw from this episode with the NFC East content, especially with the Dallas Cowboys and my barbershop talk, like, share, and subscribe to the channel. We're on our way to our first 1,000. You can check us out on our social media pages. You can check us out on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Amazon Music, and iHeartRadio. And you can check us out on our media socials on Twitter, X, TikTok, Facebook, and Instagram. Until next time, everyone have a blessed weekend. Peace, much love, DC for life. Thanks again, Cheese.
Yes, sir.